Very good morning, my dear friends. Welcome back to Chandan Logics. You are watching YouTube English live session. My name is Sham. My dear friends, 2026 is a very important opportunity for banking aspirants because we already have SBI PO notification. We already have IBPS PO notification. We have many more notifications ahead. In this scenario, English definitely plays the most crucial role. English is the real game changer, no doubt. Now the problem is how to get a very good score in English. Of course, practice is the main secret. More than the practice, what is important is concept. Without knowing the concept, you try to take n number of mock tests, it is of no use. Correct? Without doing the right practice, you try to take 100 mock exams, no use. Because only when you have the petrol, you can drive the car. If you don't have the petrol in the vehicle, however hard you try, you cannot move the vehicle easily. So inputs are important to bring the outputs. Be thorough with the rules of the grammar. Be thorough with as many possible as vocabulary. And reading skills, reading speed is the secret. And reading skills and reading speed cannot be improved overnight. You need to spend months together. You need to spend days together. Read. That's it. Okay, guys. So I once again welcome you all to the Chandan Logics English YouTube live session. And in this session, we are going to talk about IBPS PO, very important mock test explanation. Share this video to your friends preparing for banking exams. Let's get started, my dear friends. Here we go. You are watching now Chandan Logics English YouTube channel, where every morning 8 o'clock, I come on the live. I talk about banking exams. Every evening 7:30, I come on the live on Chandan Logics Telugu YouTube channel. So today evening you will see me on the live. You will see me on the Chandan Logics Telugu YouTube channel where I'll talk in Telugu and I'll explain CGL examination content. Okay, guys. So Chandan Logics is offering you a free course where you have n number of practice questions from different topics. English, spotting errors, filling the blanks, sentence improvement, homophones, everything. Approximately 7,000 plus practice questions are waiting for you. You can happily take the test. If you are a police job aspirant and looking for English classes, the English classes are available at a very reasonable price. Also discount. ENG10 is your code. If you use this code, you will get extra discount, my dear friends. The very first question started with column based matching. This looks interesting. The very first question started with column based matching. So guys, can you try the answer? Can you try the answer? Column based matching, you need to find the right jodi. Rabne bana di jodi, guys. You need to find the Rabne Banadi Jodi here. Can I have a very fast answer from you? Yes, guys. Yes, my dear friends. Yes, my dear friends. How are you going? What is the procedure that you are following? Are you trying to read all the sentences? No. Choose the smallest of the smallest sentences. Or you choose the end of the sentence which is more convenient. For example, to issue the, this is convenient because you cannot end the sentence there. There should be some continuation. So banks are left with no other option but to issue the dash. Issue what? Issue something, right? So issue the, look at the options. B is connected only for F. You don't have to now look at the other options. BF is suitable. to issue the old notes, to their customers in the absence of fresh notes. Correct. If the fresh notes are absent, the old notes can be issued. So this is 100% connected. Now the only question is, what about CE? Now let us see CE. The notifications by the Reserve Bank of India to do away. Do you know what is the meaning of do away? Do away means cancel, remove. To do away with stapling orders. Stapling orders, what? And that too you are talking about Reserve Bank of India. You are talking about grant of bail. Why Reserve Bank of India suddenly became bail? You are granting a bail. So economy suddenly came into polity. Reserve Bank of India is talking about judiciary system granting of bail. Mismatch, complete mismatch. So happily you can go for the second option, BF, my dear friends. BF, my dear friends. You need to understand the fundamental reality that, you need to understand the fundamental point that when we do sections like column based matching, you need to read the columns at the end of the sentence as quickly as possible, my dear friends. You don't have to read the complete sentences. Only look at the end part of the sentence, my dear friends. Have a look at the question number 2, my dear friends. Can I get the answer very fast? Can I get the answer very fast? Yes, can I get the answer very fast? Only 10 seconds time, can you manage? Only 10 seconds time, can you manage? Okay. So what was the smallest sentence here? B is the smallest sentence. Look at the options first of all, where B is located. BE, BD, BD. Okay, so there is no need to see BF or not. Forget about BF. Only BD and BE. Shock and sadness. I think they are well connected. Shock and sadness. But anyway, have a look at. It was unbelievable that the sense of shock and sadness was palpable. 100% BD is correct. You know what is palpable? Palpable means something that everybody can feel. Palpable, you know, we can feel it. So BD 100% is connected, my dear friends. Now BD is here, BD is here. Now your only option is whether CE or AE, which means you should focus on E connection. Is E connected to A or E connected to C? Forget about B. B is already done. So is this connected or this connected, my dear friends? Any guess? See here, Mr. Verma's apostrophe there, apostrophe. So then after this what comes is some noun comes. Mr. Verma's idea, Mr. Verma's car, Mr. Verma's job, Mr. Verma's behavior, Mr. Verma's family, something like that should come. But here article da came. So CE mismatch, CE mismatch, which means naturally fourth option. You don't have to read the complete sentences, my dear friends. What is just needed is a little understanding of little grammar. You don't have to work very hard for this. Can you try the third question? It looks interesting. Today's paper looks really interesting. Can you try the third question, my dear friends? Can you try the third question, my dear friends? Yes. Yes, my dear friends. Let me try this. Go to the shortest option, that is A is the simplest option. Very small sentence. But now look at the options. Where is A located? AE, AE. So do you think this is located? At a low price, the much needed negotiation. A sale of assets which is typically at a low price. The much needed of negotiation. Array, no grammar, no meaning, nothing. AE impossible. So two options gone. Now I'll tell you a secret. You look at CE. You look at CE. Elections would only further delay the task of economic rebuilding. You're talking about elections. would delay the task of economic rebuilding, particularly the much needed negotiations with International Monetary Fund. You are talking about elections. You're talking about elections and suddenly you're talking about International Monetary Fund. What relation is this? No relation, my dear friends. So the only possible option is CE. Once again, yes. So if you observe this here, already this is not matched. So BF is gone. Correct. Let me talk about A first. AE is gone. AE is gone. Now you have to see BF. Can BF match? Any further steps such as distinguishing welfare measures from populist or adding carried out? From populist or adding carried out in order to dispose them. See, BF is 100% mismatched, my dear friends. Guys, there is no grammar, there is no connection here. There is no grammar, there is no connection here. BF is 100% mismatched. So when BF is also gone, now the only option is CE. Let me read it second time. Let me check it second time. You're talking about elections. Suddenly you jumped into International Monetary Fund. But what is the logic there? The logic is, this is the logic, the task of economic rebuilding. So you need money to run a country. Economic rebuilding with the support of International Monetary Fund. That is the link here. Normally you look at this, elections, International Monetary Fund, two different subjects. But here he has clearly mentioned that. Elections naturally disturb economic rebuilding process, which is very much needed for International Monetary Fund. So yes, my dear friends, CE is directly connected. CE is directly connected. CE is directly connected. Yes, Vishnu, even when I saw this exercise, my very first impression was CE is wrong. But when I am more confident that all the other options are wrong, I decided to have a second time check. Then it is clear he is talking about economic rebuilding, which is a part of International Monetary Fund. That is how we understand it. So that is why I always say it's always easy to get some first impression, but have a cross check. Okay. So this is a problem with probationary officer exams. You need to have more of understanding skills. Question number 4, my dear friends. Wow, wonderful vocabulary is awaiting us. Can you try the answer? Yes, my dear friends. Waiting for your answer. I'm waiting for your answer. Anybody? Last 5 seconds. Yes. If I were a student, I wouldn't look at the options much. I will only look at the grammar points. 2 plus V1. Yes or no, my dear friends? 2 plus V1. First of all, understand, stratum is not a verb. Ostensible is not a verb. Subtle is not a verb. Finish. Gone. What do you think? How is my shortcut? Did you follow this procedure or any other procedure? Openly tell me. Honestly tell me. How simple. Why are you worried about other options? 2 plus V1 is a simple trick. 2 plus V1 is a simple trick. Stratum is not a verb. Ostensible is an adjective. Stratum is a noun. You know, stratum means a layer of a bed. Cloth. Stratum is a noun. The layer on a bed. Ostensible is an adjective. Subtle is an adjective. The only verb is preserve. However, when none of the above option is there, it's always good to cross check without losing the faith is a simple observation. And also you read the sentence once, easy to answer. See, he will try to give you trouble with vocabulary, but you always must have a plan B. Of course, study vocabulary, but sometimes you will get tough questions. So go with a plan B. Go with a plan B. Okay guys, go with a plan B. So first of all, what is the point here for you to understand is just additional vocabulary knowledge. Additional vocabulary knowledge. Additional vocabulary knowledge. Stratum. What is the meaning of stratum? A layer on a bed. Curtail. What is the meaning of curtail? Curtail means stop, control. Ostensible. Very clear. Eternal. Permanent. Great. What is the meaning of preserve? Protect, safe, safeguard. What is the meaning of subtle? Very light. Amenity, luxury, support. You should also know the vocabulary, of course. But as far as this question is concerned, are you able to focus on it? Are you able to identify the shortcut? 2 plus V1. This is not verb, this is not verb, this is not verb. This is the only verb. Done. The answer is C. The answer is C. Yes, the answer is C. Okay guys. Can you apply similar shortcut in the question number 5 also? Question number 5 also. Can you apply some similar shortcut in the question number 5 also, guys? Yes, my dear friends. Waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. What is the procedure that you are following? That's important. What is the procedure that you are following? Are you following the wrong procedure or right procedure? What is a shortcut you are able to apply? Okay. Right. Do you want a lengthy process or a simple process? Lengthy process or a simple process? I'll tell you a simple process. I'll tell you my own style of shortcut. Over the, see, concerns over the proposed dash of a. If you look at this part of the sentence, the parts of speech, noun should be used there. Noun should be used there. Dash of a. Noun should be used there. Dash of a. My dear friends, incessant is an adjective. Unaccounted is an adjective. Disastrous is an adjective. Docking is a noun. Finish. But of course, to get this shortcut, you need to have the ability to understand the meanings. If you don't know the vocabulary docking at all, then then you are in a trouble. So docking means like support, anchoring, anchor, to hold a ship, not to move away from there. You hold it tightly, that's called anchor, that's called docking. That's called anchor, that's called docking. That's called anchor, that's called docking. Okay, my dear friends. So here I have explained you the shortcut here, but having explained the shortcut, I will also explain the sentence. The 2 slides paired in the maritime sphere this week. After India made its concerns over the proposed docking of a Chinese satellite. So the 2 slides dash in the maritime sphere. There are 2 slides. Sparred. Sparred means a kind of disturbance. Sparred is a kind of dispute. Okay. If you look at the all other options, I'll explain every option. Austere means, austerity. Austere means disciplined. Incessant, very, very continuous. Incessant is continuous. Abhor means, my dear friends, hate. Abhor means hate. Okay, unaccounted means not calculated. I've explained this. Disastrous is something very bad, something very dangerous. Something very bad, something very dangerous. But you don't have to get into all this mess. Apply a simple shortcut. Apply a simple shortcut. Simple shortcut. Okay, simple shortcut. Proposed noun, proposed docking. Docking means hold, support. Hold, support. Let me take you to the question number 6. Apply the shortcut, guys. Don't worry about the vocabulary. Every question must have a plan B. Answer please. Answer please. I'm waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Yes, my dear friends. Yes, my dear friends. How simple this sentence is. How simple this sentence is. See here. The most dash way. Vishnu, I am asking you a very simple question. The most dash way. What could be the parts of speech here, Vishnu? The most dash way. What could be the parts of speech there? Do you think the parts of speech there can be a noun or a verb or an adjective or what? What could be a parts of speech there, my dear friends? What could be the parts of speech there? What could be the parts of speech there? It must be adjective because the most is a superlative degree. Adjective should come. First of all, raspberry is not an adjective. Raspberry is a noun. Raspberry is a fruit. Swing is not an adjective. Swing is a verb. Swing is a verb. Standoff is not an adjective. Standoff is a noun. Standoff means tie. The match is tied. Neither of the teams has won. So standoff is an adjective. Standoff is not an adjective. The only adjective here is fourth option, dastardly. So dastardly means very bad. Now some people will ask me, sir, dastardly looks like an adverb. How can it be adjective? It looks like an adverb. It looks like an adverb, but it is not an adverb. It is adjective. It only looks like an adverb, but it is not an adverb. It is adjective. Okay. So fourth option is a right answer, my dear friends. Okay. So Asghar is wanted for his role in dash his brother, freeing his brother. Freeing means go away, run away, free, set free, emancipate, acquit, exonerate, set free. So Asghar is wanted for his role in freeing his brother in the most dastardly way. In the most dastardly way. Okay. And remaining options are very simple words, no? Everybody knows dilemma. Dilemma means confusion. Like dilemma means we say bemused, ambiguity. So dilemma means we say bemused, ambiguity. So raspberry is a fruit. Downturn, everybody knows. Standoff, I have said. Tie up. Obstacle, swing, freeing, dastardly. So you have to take the support of grammar, my dear friends. See, even though vocabulary is all about words and meanings, according to the sentence context, for example, in this context, there is nothing about raspberry or blackberry or blueberry. Why are you talking about fruit there? Okay. So for his role in dash his brother, there must be some verb here. Mr. Asghar did something to Masood. So verb should come. This is a verb. And this is not a verb. This is not a verb. This is not a verb. Parts of speech. That's the secret. Parts of speech. That's the secret. Okay. One more question based on vocabulary, guys. Can you try? Can you try? One more question based on vocabulary. Can you try? Waiting for your answer. Yes. What about passages? You tell me, Sai. What about passages? What about passages? Read newspaper, Sai. Read newspaper editorials. If you are serious about getting a good score in passages, don't depend on a teacher. Read newspaper articles fast. You can learn grammar from a teacher, vocabulary from a teacher, but not passages. Now, what is the shortcut that you're trying to apply here? What is the shortcut that you're trying to apply here? Yes. If I were a student, I would look at the grammar. If I were a student, I would look at the grammar. And the dash must be on. On preposition, my dear friends. So, emphasis on. Finish. Katam. That is why I say go with the shortcuts. And the emphasis must be on. And the focus must be on. And the emphasis must be on. And the focus must be on. And the emphasis must be on. And the focus must be on. Preposition on. Easy shortcut. Preposition on. Easy shortcut. And the emphasis must be on. And the focus must be on. The goal behind the UNSC listings is to ensure that, see, the goal is to ensure that the perpetrators of the terrorist act, you know, terrorist act, perpetrators, this is not the right suitable word, no. Perpetrators are the people who involve in a crime, who involve themselves in a crime. Perpetrators, they create trouble, they secretly intrude and they make a mess. So perpetrator is the right word there, but this is not even needed. Apply the shortcuts, apply the shortcuts. Emphasis must be on. Emphasis must be on. Emphasis must be on. Okay? I will also explain the other options if you want. What is the meaning of leverage? Leverage means taking maximum support, taking maximum advantage. So leverage means taking maximum support, taking maximum advantage. Let's call leverage. Everybody knows deficit, loss. Insensitive. What is the meaning of insensitive? You are not sensitive. Cruel. Convict. A person who is in the custody. And perpetrators, criminals. Emphasis, importance. Prodigal. You know what is the meaning of prodigal? I will give you a homework here. This is the homework number 1. So find out the meaning of the word prodigal. Okay. And what is the meaning of sordid? I think simple word. Sordid is very unpleasant. Sordid is very unpleasant. Sordid is very unpleasant. Sordid is very unpleasant. Okay. Apply the shortcuts. Apply the shortcuts. Can you try this? Apply the shortcuts. Can you try this? Only 10 seconds time. Any shortcut here? Only 10 seconds time. Any shortcut here? Waiting for your answer. Yes, guys. Last 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Anybody answer? Apply the shortcut here. See, I am looking for not the right answer. What I am looking for is a shortcut from you, my dear friends. I am looking for a shortcut, my dear friends. I don't want the right answer just. I want the shortcuts. How simple. See, actually you don't have to really work very hard for that. You don't have to work very hard for that. You are talking about candidates. You are talking about jobs. And maybe, you know, that's called recruitment process. That's called recruitment process. Of course, this is only assumption. Don't come to a conclusion very quickly. It is a mere assumption. Recruitment process. It is a mere assumption. Don't come to a conclusion very quickly there. But still, this is important. The dash R. See, one more. I can give you clue. R is a plural. Vishnu, correct? R is a plural. This is not plural. This is not plural. This is not plural. Allegations is a plural. So there are many shortcuts that can help you out. There are many shortcuts that can help you out. Many shortcuts that can help you out. Okay. To add some extra vocabulary knowledge for you, I think everybody knows what is agony. Agony means anger, outburst, depression, suppression. Sacking is remove, no? You remove somebody from a job. You remove somebody from a job, that's called sacking. So garner means collect. Garnering means collecting something, collecting something. Idyllic means I can say beautiful. I can say very pleasant. Idyllic means very pleasant. Idyllic means very pleasant. I think you know hostage. Hostage is a person who is in the control of somebody for a reason. Like for example, imagine some Pakistani terrorists tried to enter India and the people in the Indian army, soldiers, they caught him. He's a hostage now. So hostage is a person who is in the hands of somebody. And swung is a sudden movement. Swung is a sudden movement, sudden jump or a sudden movement. But this question is easy, no? You're talking about candidates or recruitment process and the allegations are plural. See, getting the right answer is not important. Getting the right answer is not important. What is important is getting the right answer in the shortest time. Getting the right answer in the shortest time. Close test. I think today's paper is all about comprehension. Full comprehension. The paper started with column based matching, followed by beautiful vocabulary based fillers, again followed by vocabulary based close test. But don't worry if you don't know the vocabulary, apply some shortcut. Apply some shortcut. Who is ready with the 11th answer? Who is ready with the 11th answer? Waiting for your answer. Apply shortcut. Apply shortcut. Oh, very nice to know. Very nice to know, Vishnu. I mean, Sai, very nice to know. Yeah, we usually become smart. Because when you know the shortcuts, no, we become smart. Or else what happens is we will work very hard. You know, normal student, what happens is, imagine there is a student who started preparing for bank exams for the first time. You know what he'll do? I'll tell you. Even some of you are doing it in the very first time. Your first experience of doing close test in your life. The normal procedure is people start reading from here, right? People start reading from here. They read the complete sentence. Why are you doing that? Just imagine how bad the procedure is. If you don't apply the shortcuts, imagine it's purely waste of time. It's purely waste of time. It's purely waste of time. See, normally like we'll take dash as 14th vice president. Come on. We'll take oath as 14th vice president. You don't have to know the name of the person there. Somebody will take oath as a 14th vice president. That's it. You don't have to really work hard for that. Okay. How smart we can be. Other options, simple word, simple vocabulary, but I'll still explain. Path, the direction. Forge, forgery, forge. Forge means forgery, illegally copy something. Illegally copy something. Reign means control. Reign means control. You're controlling somebody, reigning somebody, control. Okay, right. See, don't work hard. Be very smart. See, look at the options. Look at just understand the context of the sentence. That's all. Just understand the context. Just understand the context. Yes, waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. You don't have to really work hard every time. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you some shortcuts here. I'll start from here. Which was further dash by? So by means passive voice. By means passive voice. Passive voice, the verb is always V3, and this is not V3. This is V3, this is V3, this is V3. Still 3 more options left. Now you go a little extra, you go a little extra mile, you go a little extra mile. NDA had clear majority. Very good. Which was further supported by the support of, oh my god, NDA government had got good majority, success. That was dash by support, means already success, and somebody gave you support. More success, reinforce. More success, reinforce. More success, reinforce. More success, reinforce. Already they are in a positive direction. Already success, support, reinforce. Reinforce means get more strength. Reinforce means get more strength. Get more strength. Yes, Sai, definitely Sai. Phrasal verbs, passages, jumble sentences, everything. We will do. So reinforce means getting more strength. Reinforce means getting more strength. And remaining vocabulary, simple words, no? Accountable, inaugurated, reinforce, bypass. Bypass means moving to one side. Move aside. Bypass means move aside. So little understanding of the context will do. You don't have to understand everything. Little understanding of the context will do. Try this one. Can you try this one? Can you try this one? Yes. Very little understanding is needed. Waiting for your answer. Yes, waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Yes? Yes, guys? See, actually, if you know the rules of prepositions, you can actually manage. His appointment as the governor of West Bengal dash him into national limelight. Sorry, he was appointed governor of West Bengal, and because of that, what happened? He came into limelight. Limelight means became very popular. Getting into limelight means become very popular. Getting into limelight means become very popular. Become very popular. Getting into limelight means become very popular. So naturally here what could come here? Catapult into limelight. Catapult? Catapulted into limelight. Catapulted into limelight. Because, catapult means sudden jump. Catapult means sudden jump. Catapult means sudden jump. Quick jump. Catapulted into limelight. Catapulted into limelight means sudden jump. Quick jump. Catapulted into limelight means sudden jump. Quick jump. Okay. What about the other options? See, I'll tell you something. Forget about the vocabulary for a while. Here, either you are talking about past tense, because 2003 you are talking about. Correct? 2003. Something happened in the past. The whole paragraph is something happened in the past. Are bhaiya, this is present tense, this is present tense, this is present tense, this is past tense. What about this trick? What about this shortcut? Easy, no? Okay. The last thing is to know the vocabulary. Halt means everybody knows stop. Protract means prolong. Protract means prolong. Prolong. Uphold means hold. Support. Uphold means hold. Support. Uphold means hold. Support. No. They are not direct synonyms. Very close related. Halt means stop. Protract means prolong. Elaborate. And uphold is also stop, hold. So they are not directly related but close. They belong to one family. Cousins, far relatives. and catapulted is right way, and preposition to catapulted into limelight. I'll give you one example. After the Bahubali movie was released, Prabhas' reputation catapulted into a big star. Prabhas' reputation, Prabhas' fame catapulted into a pan-India star. Okay, catapulted into, like that. Let's go to the next question. Yes, Chandan Logics is giving you free course, practice questions from all the topics. Have a great learning experience. English classes you want, you can contact them, and then you also have wonderful discount here, coupon code. RRB Group D crash course is waiting for you. And next question, yes, question number 14, my dear friend. Question number 12, yes, answer. Guys, answer. Don't worry about the vocabulary. Every problem has a solution. Every problem has a solution. Don't worry about the vocabulary. Every problem has a solution. Yes, try the answer, guys. Yes, my dear friends. Any shortcut you found here? Any shortcut you found here? Any shortcut you found here? No, you didn't find any shortcut, Vishnu? What is a shortcut? Don't tell me the answer. What is a shortcut you have found here? You have discovered here. What is a shortcut you have discovered here? See here. We are talking about the 14th question, right? Okay. Okay. It dash supported him. Supported is a verb. It is a verb. So before verb, what should come? Adverb. Where is the adverb here? This is the adverb. See, this is what I'm asking you to find out. I don't want the right answers. I want the right shortcuts. Because as a faculty, as English faculty, as an experienced faculty, I should not just tell you what is the right answer. I should tell you what is the right shortcut. That's the real teacher's job. So, supported is a verb. Obliquely is an adverb. You know, obliquely means slanting position. Slightly. Obliquely means slanting position. Obliquely means slanting position. Correct. I think remaining vocabulary just for knowledge you can gain. Exhilarate means make somebody happy. Exhilarate means make somebody happy. Slander means insult. Slander means insult. You know, iconoclast is a person who, you know, who opposes others' beliefs. He opposes others' traditions, others' beliefs. Okay, anyway, so obliquely means slanting position. Okay. Maybe the last question in this exercise, close test. Try the shortcut possible. Try the shortcut possible, guys. Try the shortcut possible, guys. Waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Yes. What could be the answer, guys? Are you not comfortable with the vocabulary? Torpor, apartheid, intrigue, integral? No idea? Yes, guys. At least can you come close? Can you try? The help that he got from Trinamool Congress added a slice of dash to what was otherwise a predictable victory. So he got some help from Trinamool Congress. He got some help from Trinamool Congress. So now first of all tell me somebody got some help from Trinamool Congress, added. So it can be positive or negative? Definitely positive. Correct? Definitely positive. Correct? Do you know what apartheid is, Shivani? Do you know what apartheid is, Sai? Apartheid means racial discrimination. Apartheid, racial discrimination. It is negative word. Torpor means mental weakness, instability, mental instability. That is a negative word. Now you have two options, intrigue, integral. Both are synonyms. Integral means very important. Intrigue is also important. They are actually synonyms. But the difference is, my dear friends, integral is an adjective. Intrigue is a noun. Here, according to the parts of speech, added a slice of noun. Intrigue should be the answer. But I know there is a problem here. If you don't know anything about the vocabulary torpor, it's difficult. If you have no idea about what torpor is, at least if you don't know whether torpor is a positive or a negative vocabulary, it's difficult. So torpor means extremely weak, mental weakness. Mental weakness. But I'm sure this question is very challenging. Maybe this is a star question of the day, Vishnu, correct? This question is a star question of the day. This question is a star question of the day. What do you think, guys? Okay, after a very tedious experience from the beginning of the session, starting with column based matching, followed by what? Fillers, vocabulary based fillers, followed by cloze test full of vocabulary, tedious experience. Now we have relaxation. Easy relaxation, spelling error relaxation. You will play football with this. It's like a recreation. What is the answer? Yes, guys, what is the answer? What is the answer? I'm waiting for your answer. What is the answer? Spelling error. I'm waiting for your answer. Quickly tell me. Yes. I'm waiting for your answer, Vishnu. Saivardhan, Shivani, Naveen. Yes, answer. No answer. No spelling error. No error. Yes. What do you think? Inflation, added, price, measure, all correct spelling? No correction required? No correction required? The reading for retail inflation braked sharply last month to an 18-month low of 4.7%, added in no small measure. Here it cannot be added, it must be aided. It cannot be added, it must be aided. Now you will ask me a question, sir, but in the instruction only spelling is given. Yes, he need not mention every time inappropriate context. You read the sentence. Absolutely added is incorrect. Aided is correct. So I always suggest you, even in the instruction, he did not mention inappropriate context. Still better be careful. This question is a learning experience for you. This question is a learning experience for you. The reading for retail inflation braked sharply last month to an 18-month low. See, the reading for inflation braked, which means inflation braked sharply, 18-month low, aided in no small measure by the fact that price gains had hit high of 7.8%. Means aid means support, help. Aid means support, help. Be careful, guys. Be careful. So now I think the next question everybody will be much more careful. Answer. But this question I think easy. You can directly find the answer in the spelling itself. Spelling itself. So let's not waste much time. Sequentially, one more L should be there, correct? Sequentially, one more L should be there, correct? Sequentially, one more L should be there, correct? Correct. Next question. Next question. Heightening forebodes deficient effort. Easy question. Easy question. Anybody answer? Yes. Waiting for your answer. Yes, yes, guys. I want somebody's answer in the 16th question. I want someone to give me the answer in the 16th question. Not yet. Very slow today. I want the right spelling. If you find any wrong spelling, I want what the right spelling is. Nobody answer yet? You have to use the word floorboards. See the spelling? F-O-R-E. But here F-O-R. What is the meaning of floorboard? For means before. Floorboard means warning, give warning, indication, herald. Give warning that some danger is going to come. Floorboard. Give warning that some danger is going to come. Floorboard. Done? Yes. Now some of you will feel, sir, what is this section, sir? The previous section was easier than this section. Correct. Sir, the close test was easier than spelling, sir. The, what was the first section? Column based matching was easier than this section, sir. Okay. So answer please. This is no problem. Superiority spelling no problem. Everybody knows. Superiority spelling no problem. So some questions are very easy, no? Superiority spelling no problem. Superiority spelling is a problem. Easy, easy, easy. Easy. Now one more question, 18th question. Spelling error. Encouraging, intervention, evaluate, mechanism. Anybody answer? So if there is no spelling error, read the sentence once. If there is no spelling error, read the sentence once. The problem is, if there is no spelling error, we can't go to directly this option. We should be very careful. Already we had one experience. Already we had a learning experience. Encouraging trial outcomes might probably serve as starting points to undertake further trials using Ayurveda interventions alone to evaluate their effectiveness and understand the mechanism of action. Okay. Really no correction. There is no problem here. There is no problem here. Now we have a passage. Like Sai was asking about passage. We will have to conduct a separate session on passage, but tell me honestly, even the faculty tries to give you support in passage. Your practice, your reading speed is everything. But definitely we will try to conduct a separate session on passage. But the procedure is important. You read the questions first, then you try to read the paragraph. Sometimes easily you will get the answer, but not every time. You need to, first of all see the questions, and then you start reading the paragraph. Okay. But in this paragraph, let us see if there are any questions which can be easily answered. SSC CGL 2026, we have a special batch. Chandan Logics is giving you. You can take this course. And CGL students also can come live session every evening 7:30. PO students every morning English channel. Chandan Logics English channel. And 0 to Hero batch, aptitude, reasoning, advanced maths. The best guidance available for you, waiting for you. So maybe some questions can be easily answered if they are not based on context, if they are based on some synonyms, idioms. Yes, 100 years. How simple the sentence is, see? How simple the question is, see? Anybody answer? Anybody answer? Anybody answer? Correct. See, normal observation says annoyance is a negative word, happiness positive word, delight positive word, pleasure positive word. Annoyance is a negative word. 99% there is a chance for this, and 1% you can check. But as far as this question is concerned, it is the only reverse word, negative words. Annoyance is the right answer, my dear friends. Correct? Chalo. Let's go to the next question, number 25. Thrust. Nice vocabulary. What is the opposite of thrust? Opposite means you should know the meaning, no? What is the opposite of thrust? Anybody answer? Anybody answer? Normal word. It is a very normal word. It is a very normal word. Thrust means, my dear friends, push. Thrust means push forward. Thrust means push forward. Opposite is pull. Opposite is pull. Easy question. Thrust means push forward. Opposite is pull. Easy question. Opposite is pull. Easy question. Upshot is also push. Gist means the main idea, the main theme. Gist means the main idea, the main theme. Everybody knows core. Core is also the main point. I think these two are synonyms. Gist and core are synonyms. So thrust is equal to upshot. The answer is pull. Okay, chalo. The last section now, maybe one or two more questions, then we can end the session. Spotting error. Let us see if this is easy or challenging. Find the error. Spotting error, guys. Find the error. Spotting error. Quick, quick. Spotting error. Yes, answer. Yes, guys, spotting error. Okay, easy question. You don't say with effect from tomorrow. You rather say with effect from tomorrow. Always I tell you this, there is a problem with effect and effect. There is always a problem with effect and effect. So you can't say with effect from tomorrow, with effect from tomorrow. Okay, next. It is essential for the males and females to work out at a regular basis. Answer please. Answer please. Quick, quick. Small sentences. I think this section is the easiest in the question paper. Spotting errors. This is the easiest in the entire question paper. Spotting error. Yes, guys, answer. You don't say at a regular basis. You don't say on a regular basis. You don't say at a regular basis. You say on a regular basis. Easy questions. Small questions, easy questions. Can you try question number 28, spotting error? The global cost of environmental pollution caused from fossil fuels is 8 billion a day. Anybody answer? Anybody answer? Maybe this is a nice question. I don't want ABCDs. I want very clear answer from you. Very specific answer from you. 28th question. The last three questions we end the session then. Anybody? Very clear answer. Very clear answer. Who can get me a very clear answer? Today I see no women empowerment. The Nigeria is just watching. Nigeria already gave the word? No. What about the other women? No women empowerment today. So today women are playing spectators role, or maybe women are deliberately encouraging men. See how the society has changed. So thank you. The women today in the class are helping men empower. This is called like the real men empowerment. Women are not giving answers. Women are giving a chance for the men. Women are allowing the men to give their answers because women know they are already experts. Caused from is wrong. Caused by. Caused by. Passive voice. You don't say caused from. You say caused by. Pollution is caused by. Coronavirus was caused by. Many deaths were caused by. Caused by is a preposition. The last two questions. Ram said that masala uttappam, wow, tastes best where paired with coconut chutney and dal. Are yaar, he is giving us good idea on breakfast. Now I feel hungry. Now I feel hungry. I want to eat masala uttappam today with coconut chutney as well. Answer please. Yes, answer anybody? Anybody answer? Masala uttappam tastes best when paired with coconut chutney. Simple. Discipline gets you success when paired with consistency. Hard work brings success when paired with patience. When it is not, no, not which also, when. Discipline brings you success when combined with patience. Hard work brings you success when joined with discipline. When, not way, not which. The The last question and then we end the session. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember something to prove to anyone. Answer. 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 If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember something to prove to anyone. The meaning of the sentence is, if you tell lies to somebody, the problem is you should remember what lie you told to whom. Correct. So if you are a habitual liar, if you have mythomania, the problem is you have to remember, you have to make some notes also. I told my father that I went to a movie, I went to college. I told my mother I went to library. I told my wife that I went to, class. But the reality is I went to movie. So now the problem is it's very difficult to remember what lie I told to whom. But the problem is, but the solution is, if you tell the facts, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. It is not something, anything. If you tell the truth, you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to remember anything to prove. Only you have to remember your lies. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything because you already told the truth. No, others will remember it. You can forget it. Only if you tell lies, you have to remember them. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Nice question. Thank you so much for being wonderful audience. I'm sure today's paper is really interesting. It is not very easy, not very difficult, but very interesting. Very moderate to difficult level. Lots of vocabulary came today. Write some good running notes. I think my shortcuts are helping you and giving you some good motivation and support. Leave your feedback in the comment section. I think today I have given you only one homework. Complete that homework in the comment section. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.